We're on our way to Lake McBride, just south of Cedar Rapids by a couple minutes. The plan is to catch fish today. It's about 47 degrees. With our research, it looks like the water down there is going to be about somewhere between 55 and 60 degrees. So should be pretty good fishing. We're going to start out on the smaller lake and then possibly move on over to the reservoir, to the Coralville Res. So I've been to Lake McBride multiple times before. It's closer to home for me, so I fished it quite often. Now Collin lives up north in Iowa, and he's never fished Lake McBride before in his life. He's never fished there, so this should be new.
When you're going to a new lake, you know, there's really no right or wrong way to do it, and obviously it's going to depend on what kind of fish you're targeting. So for me, I'm a bass fisherman, and because of that, I basically have a different way of fishing than you would for fishing for walleye or crappies or whatever. But basically, when I go to a new lake, the first thing I'm going to do is actually start looking at the lake before I even get there. So I'm going to look at maps and just try to do as much research as I can before I actually get to the lake. And then once I get to the lake, half of the work is already done. So you're going to look at like what the fish are doing for this time of year. Right now the fish they should be going onto beds. It's getting real close to the spawn. So I know that, you know, the pockets are going to be what we're going to be looking for, and we just got to figure out where the fish are going to be on the pockets. When we get out there, we're basically just gonna fish a little bit of everything, and we're gonna see what we catch the fish on. So if we catch the fish in the back of pockets, then we can look at the map and just look at where all the backs of each pocket are and just run around and hit those instead of fishing the entire lake. So the biggest thing is just eliminating water. Say it wasn't the spawn, it was a different time of year, depending on, well, it doesn't really matter, you know, what phase they're in. You really want to try to find where the fish are going to be before you even spend that much time fishing, because you just don't want to waste time. You want to try to find the fish, and then once you figure out what they're doing, then you can hit all the high percentage areas. No matter how pressured a lake or body of water is, or what time of year, a wacky rig Senko, you can never go wrong with one of those. So I'll probably definitely have one of those tied on. I might have some moving baits, some reaction baits like spinner baits, chatter baits, stuff like that tied on, just to cover more water and see if we can find them. That might not be the best way to catch a big fish right now, but we could at least maybe figure out, you know, where some concentrated numbers of fish are at. That's the spot. Got him. Okay guys, so we just got here to the lake. We're at the boat ramp, and just right off the bat, looking at the water clarity, it is crystal clear. So if we can find some fish that are on beds today, we could probably even do some sight fishing. Or even if we don't, I mean, the fish should be shallow, so, you know, we might try to get up into some shallow pockets and sight fish some fish. So that'd be kind of cool. There's some hikers going by and they probably think that I'm absolutely crazy, but yeah, we're gonna get out here and try to catch some. They ruined it. They did. Yeah. This is horrible going down this path. All right, guys. So we are gonna start trying our first spot here. Decided to not start in a pocket, but we got a really nice big point coming out here, and there's some wind blowing up onto the point here, and then we're gonna go along that side where it's nice and calm and hit some boat docks. So we're gonna start off with that, and if that doesn't work out, then we'll start hitting some pockets, but we'll see what happens. Ooh, I think I see one on a bed. pretty sure I see a bass on a bed, dude. Yep, that's a bass on a bed for sure. All right, we located. Oh, dude, he just hit it too. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh. Yep. Hopefully I can get it in the boat here. That's the spot. Got him. Oh, he fell off. Yep. Son of a gun. Well, we finally got one to bite, but
Is he going back to the bed?
I'm sure he will go back there. All right, well.
He's on the right.
Lake House Lures football head jig. That's the only thing that I've been able to get him to actually bite.
So 11:30 update. We have caught 0 fish. We're out on Lake McBride. What are your initial impressions? I know we saw a lot of fish on some beds.
Yeah, everything looks really good. I noticed there's a lot of people out fishing. I don't think everyone's out here bass fishing, but you know, the bad thing is with these fish on the beds is that anyone can troll by and just see them sitting there. So a lot of these fish have already probably been fished, and they have been very stubborn. We've tried just about everything we could think to try to get them to bite. And I did hook one, and I lost it at the boat.
Yeah.
But I just think if we just keep trying some different things, maybe find some fish that are in a different stage, because we've only been down one bank really, and we got too caught up on that one bank. We should be just running around trying some different things and trying to find fish that are actually feeding a little better, or at least find an area where they're going to bite. So that's what we're going to do now. Hopefully it works. This is kind of a good lake to learn more about fish though, because you can see like we're out here like on the outside point. There's no beds out here, and then you go back into the pocket and I guarantee you there's going to be some beds. It looks like there might be one right here. I can't really tell. I don't think it is. Oh, dude. That was a bed. And I caught him. I got it on my camera. Dude, we got a fish in the boat. So I caught him on the Midnight Craw Lake House Lures football jig. Not a giant. We've seen a lot of fish like that today on beds. We haven't been able to catch any of them, but that was my first flip into there. I thought I saw a bed there, but I couldn't see the fish or anything, and he came up and munched it, so I'll take it. Sweet. We just doubled up after we've only caught one fish all day. That right there was absolutely awesome. This crappie right here, he was just chilling beside the dock and literally touching, like, I mean, he was coming up and just barely nipping at it, but I just improvised and I put this little chunk of a Ned rig on the little Senko hook. Cropa over there, he basically did the same thing with a little white twister tail. There we go, doubling up on the daily. Sorry guys, I wasn't recording because I didn't think this was ever going to happen. But look at this. I just caught a pretty decent bass on the chatterbait. Nice. There we go. The fishing might be picking up. That was kind of a random one, but we'll keep going and see if we can get another one.
Dragging on top. There we go. There we go.
So I was just actually talking about this. We got to the very end of the lake here, and the water's actually a lot dirtier, and all the wind is blowing to this side of the lake. So I felt like it might be a little bit easier to get bites on a chatterbait, not being in super clear water, and not even 50 yards down the bank we got a fish. So we might be onto something. Let's see.
Is my camera on? Can you tell?
I don't know what mine is this time, I think. Fish number 3, there we go.
Dude, we figured them out.
Yeah, we did.
Look at that white chatterbait.
We're on them now. None of them are very big, but we'll take it. There's one. That wasn't the big one. That one that I just got hit on a little bit ago, that was a nice fish, but we're figuring them out big time. We're actually catching some fish now. There's one. He's not big. See if we'll get him in the boat. Yes, sir. There we go. I feel like a couple of the hits that we've had have been nice ones, but there's one. Oh man, he's a little one. That was kind of cool. I was like hung up in the tree branch and he came up and hit it. Another bass. He hit it so hard. God, not a big one. He felt huge when he smoked it at first, but there we go. All right, guys, we're just finishing up the day here on Lake McBride. My first impressions being here, it's a really nice lake. The fish were not biting near as good as what we wanted them to today, but figured out that they were locked onto beds pretty much everywhere we went. And the fish that were on beds just didn't want to bite. So, I mean, we caught a couple. We did get a couple of them to bite. I lost one, caught one, but really the best luck we had was when we got in that little bit dirtier water on that wind-blown bank. And by the time we figured that out, it was pretty close to the end of the day. But we did see some other spots that looked similar that we thought about fishing. We just didn't get to it. So, I mean, we kind of figured them out there a little bit, and I feel like we maybe could have caught some more fish on that pattern. But all in all, it was a good day. We drove around and marked some spots with the fish finder that looked like they could be good in the summer out deep, and just got a good feel of the lake. Basically made a big lap all the way around the whole lake here too, so it looks pretty good. But there's not really a whole lot for good lakes in Iowa, so if you are in the Iowa area, I would definitely suggest coming here and trying it out. There's quite a few boats that are out here, quite a few people, but it's a big lake, and just the fact that it's deep too. I think fishing wise, anyone can come out here basically any day and catch some fish, no matter how many people are out here. So yeah, I mean, if you're in the area or even a couple hours away, I would definitely come check it out.